I got all these ideas and I have no idea why. So, in the hopes that I actually do any of these, I'm gonna speak them out. So, I'm gonna end up writing up a couple scripts. Best friend, dating, and what else? Best friend, dating, like best friend and or homies, more or less homies. Best friendship could be a different one. Dating, what was? Hi, Horsey. What I want the last one to be? Maybe I was only doing two. I don't know. Fuck buddies. So maybe three. I don't know. All depends. And I've already thought of things I want to put in it. Like, are you a Virgo? And if you're a Virgo and you're on the dating one, please stop filling it out because you're just wasting your time. But if you want to be a homie or a fling, you can fill that out. But for a relationship, no thank you. Virgo done ruined it for me, but I ain't saying you can't throw that ass back, especially if it's thick, especially if you live age. But I'm just saying if you're a Virgo, just leave. Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorns, Libras, Leos, Pisces, y'all good. Everybody else but Virgo. Uh, Best friend one, you gotta be willing to play soccer at least once a month with me. At least. You ain't gotta write poetry with me, you ain't gotta smoke no trees with me, but at least soccer once a, or maybe the weed thing. Either soccer once a month. What else was I thinking of? What else was I thinking of? I don't know. I've been up since 6 o'clock, that's for sure. And I don't know why. No. 6:30. And it's whatever time it is. And I don't know why my hands was cramping a little bit. But now they're kind of feeling good and workable. But oh yeah. Welcome to Painting Thoughts with me. I know it should be Painting Thoughts with E, but either way, me is what me is. Like I've also questioned for the fact that I refer as to E, and I know there are other things that have that. So I've questioned if I ever do make into the mainstream where people enjoy my stuff. Like, will I end up getting into copyright issues? I hope not. Because I actually don't know. Is the fifth letter of the alphabet trademark by either the artist Easy E, if not E News? But it's like E exclamation point and it's easy, and I'm not trying to go by Easy E or E exclamation point. It's just E. Like the fifth letter standing alone. But I don't know. And like maybe I should do some research into it, but it's hard to get me to do things, even things I really want to do. Also, that this was the other idea. Are we related? And then start listing off some things that I do that others may do. Because to think that I am a dying breed is really redundant because there's a lot of people that think like me, and because of the internet, I've been able to be fortunate enough to see and know others. It's just before that, it was just I don't know what's right with me. They always have compliments and lots of questionings like why do you paint your nails, why do you straighten your hair, why are you in a dress, why do you no, nobody's ever asked why I screw anybody. Have they? Have they have asked why did I date somebody, because I've dated some bad people for my mental health as well as for my social life, which I guess is the biggest reason why I don't date anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still getting booty, I'm still getting the vajang jang, I'm still getting bang bang, but not as much as I used to. That's more or less because I've matured to the mindset of the bodies aren't going to fill the void, the bodies aren't going to fix the problems. Going from body to body isn't always going to be a concisive way to deal with the things that you're refusing to deal with. So sit in the sorrow, sit in the madness, sit in the happiness, sit in it by yourself. Like, for Pete's sakes, I feel as if I shouldn't be overly codependent because even my birth parents didn't have me, weren't around me. Like, the reason why I feel as if I'm so emotionally avoidant aside from the abandonment at a very young age is also because I don't think at a very young age when kids were being coddled, well, depending on how your childhood environment grew up, depending on how your childhood environment was, in the stages where kids are supposed to be coddled and held a lot and get that skin to skin contact, I don't think I got it due to the fact that, from my knowledge, I was in the orphanage at a very, 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 very young age. I got adopted at the age of like 3 or 4. So I'm thinking out the womb in an orphanage. Like I don't even know if like they kept me for a little bit or if it was, like I said, out the womb and in an orphanage. Or if like I was a prom night dumpster baby, Family Guy reference, or if I was a rape incident. Like there's so many things I don't know about myself. So like literally, my life starts off as a mystery. And ever since then, I've just been trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do, and all this and all that. And I'm just like, why is everybody so inquisitive about who I am as a being? Well, you guys know, or not necessarily know, but like at least you guys have, I would say most of you compared to me have references to who you are. Like you have a mother somewhere, maybe close, somewhere maybe far, but you have a mother that you may have grown up with, whether you like them or not. You have a father that you grew up with, maybe if you like them or not, regardless. Like you have more or less of a blueprint than I do. I don't even know what they look like. I couldn't even Google their names because I don't even know any of theirs. I don't know shit about my parents. I barely even know what city I was born in. I had to look through some paperwork that the people that adopted me had. And it's the culture that I feel as if I'm not only lacking the black community culture, I'm also lacking the Haitian culture. And I'm just like, there's just so many things that I realize that are so abnormal about me. But it's confusing and hard to explain to others because some people might take excuses or some might actually want to listen to it. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, I'm going to explore what I want to explore. So long as I'm not hurting people, so long as I'm not molesting people, so long as I'm not raping people, because it doesn't matter what the rules are. The rules aren't necessarily here to help you, they're here to control you. So I made my own rules for what I can and can't do because if I let you guys make the rules, then I should be dead and I wouldn't actually have a life to live and fulfill. Not necessarily fulfill. I wouldn't have a fulfilling life in my personal opinion if I always listened to what other people said. Growing up learning that you can't choose your family, which is wrong. I said the line wrong. Well, not necessarily you should say the line wrong. It is you can't choose your family, but at the same time, what I really mean is even though you can't choose your blood, which is 100% true, you can choose your family. I don't ever know if I'll ever be able to ever consider my birth parents to part of my family, if I'll ever be able to see them, if I'll ever meet my cousins or anything like that. For all I know, they're dead. I say it like that because I don't know anything. They could be dead. They could be rich. They could be poor. They could be in the same city that I was born in. They could have moved out of the country. They could have moved out of the what was it called? What was it called? It wasn't a sector. It was something like that. A province, I think it was, or something in that similar region, like sectors, sections, and provinces and territory. Like it's something like that. And like I've thought at least about going back to Haiti just to visit the country, see where I came from. Because it's stupid because I always forget that I'm Haitian. Not always, but more than I remember. Because I've always said, I wish I was born in a third world country. Like, why do I have to be here? And I'm like, wait a second. I was born in a third world country. And I'm only here because of my internal heart issues. If it wasn't for that, I would have stayed in the third world country. And I can't necessarily say that I would have. No, no, I might have been well received more there than here, because I'm assuming I would have been, at least with the internal things, with me seeing certain things, hearing certain things, and being the stubborn-minded person I am. I feel like I would have been a little bit more well received in the homeland. Maybe I don't flip it out. That's just my assumption. Than here, because being strong-willed, rather educated or uneducated, is seen as defiant, especially if you don't have the monetary to back it up. But if you are strong-willed with the monetary thing, you seem monetary abundance, you seem to have more leniency. I would say they're a lot more tolerant of you because not only are you talking about things, but you can literally pay to show them what you're saying, or at least if you have the skill to be able to show them. I've always thought, and I probably always will think, who would I have been if I was to have grown up Florian Oriel Bernard Janice instead of being born Florian Oriel Bernard Janice and growing up as Ethan Florian Swarthout? Because I tell you what, Ethan and Florian aren't the same. I know it sounds a little bit insane, but also I was also thinking about what's the difference between calling a foreigner their, I want to say Americanized name, but like let's say they went from Nigeria and moved to Switzerland and they wanted more of a Swedish name, or they are coming from Chad and they're trying to go to Britain and they want a more British name. Like, to call me Ethan and stuff Florin should isn't an issue, to be honest. But to call somebody that was once named Tony and then to call them Emily or Amanda, or somebody that was named Tony or Amanda to call, not Tony or Amanda, somebody named Amanda and having to call them now Jason or Chase or Zayden or whatever they choose. Like, I'm just thinking, like, is there much of a difference? Is it? Like, is it, or for them to go back to whatever they want? I just feel as if people just want to argue about certain things. I'm really just trying to be all inclusive in human rights. Like, as long as you're human, I think you should have the right to be accepted within reason and within the reason about being human. Because things that I feel like we should never accept is rape. We should never accept molestations. We should never accept grooming. Grooming is a little bit of a touchy subject because grooming is essentially training. It's just like grooming them to do what? To be a better person in life? Great. But to be your sex slave? No. Or the people's sex slave. Either way. Definitely a hell no. As long as you're not trying to groom others, rape others, molest others, force your negative thoughts and opinions on others. What else? What else are my bad cardinal sins? I guess as long as you're not just trying to be almost dropped in the paint and not basketball style. That were never good. Been seen all white. I don't know. Could I? I hope to never find out if I drop my phone in paint. Could I still get to the video and post it? I hope to never find that out. Where was I? Negativity, as long as you being a no, my rules and thoughts upon what being respected for just being a human. Like, I just, like, if you want to change your sex, fine, I don't give a fuck. If you want to kiss a dude and you are a dude, fine, I don't give a fuck. If you want to kiss a female and you are a female, fine, I don't give a fuck. I've come to learn if it doesn't affect me personally, then why is it bothering me? And I get that's like, what? It's in front of the kids. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Kids are inquisitive. They're going to ask questions about anything and everything to begin with, so just get prepared to answer questions. It's adults are inquisitive. Or is it only when it comes to me? Because they'd be asking me some questions. I'm just like, why are you even asking this? Like, I get it if a kid asks me, like, why are your nails painted? Well, because I was bored. Because I wanted to. Because I could. Because I don't know the difference between my left hand and my right hand. Which answer makes you feel pleased? Because there's really no good reason. Aside from because I wanted to. And to some people, that's not a good reason. Cancer awareness. Well, they're not pink, but like I could come up with it wouldn't be much of a lie. autism awareness. Halloween. How about that? Because it's black and they're tripping, and it is October. Like I do a lot of things purely just because I want to, not because I have to, not because somebody is trying to pay me to, manipulate me to. It's just because when you have free will, why not? And I think of a lot of things, rather they're good and rather they're bad. And I figure if I'm going to do any of the thoughts that I do, I might as well do the things that are harmless to others, aside from their views. And well, treat it like you're freaking watching TV. Scroll through. Just change the channel. If you don't like what you see, continue to ignore it like it didn't exist to you, because it doesn't exist to me. Like, it's very easy to judge people for where they are now if you don't know where they're coming from. But how I'm going to try to start thinking about people is every time I see you, I'm going to see you as if you're somebody that just got out of, I don't know, a hostage situation. And you're like, well, I was thinking like see you as somebody that got out of a hostage situation, and you're like all bloody and cut up, and you're speaking very fast because you're trying to hurry up and get help before the killer comes. But not everybody is like that internally. Some people are the ones that are holding people captive and causing the torture and the pain and the vile things. All right, let's go back to the are we related? So I guess we'll touch base on it in here, and hopefully, because I'll make up some of these in here, I'll probably use it on the typed up thing when I get out of work. Are we related? Do you see things that most people don't? Because I do. And I mean like shadows on the corner of your eye, maybe like a little white ghost face that visits you every once in a while, like in a window when you're walking down the stairs, or that's not actually the only time I remember seeing that motherfucker. It'd be a couple times. Like I haven't seen it since I've moved out of those apartments, so it might have just been a spirit connected. Or have you ever seen like a what was it? So it was in a different house. Saw like some glow. Actually, two different houses. I saw some glowing white, like just white emitted light, and I mean like white like this paint, not like the Caucasian skin, but white light just kind of like walking across one of the properties, and then just like a orbish thing just floating above the backyard lawn. Are we related? Um, do you have issues trying to convey a message without oversharing or over explaining or over whatever the flip they're going to use? You're sharing too much, you're talking too much, you're talking too well. I would just want to make sure that you got thoughts that I was trying to convey. I was trying to say it with less words, but I just want to really make sure that you grasp what I'm trying to say, because I don't want any room for confusion. So do you get it, or do you get it? um are we related? Do you have issues knowing when it's time to leave when you're hang? Ew, I don't want to put it over the horse poo, bitch. You know, let's just move it over a little bit. Do you have issues knowing when it's time to leave when you're hanging out with people? Because, like, unless you kick me out, or like say you're gonna go somewhere or something like that, like I guess in the same way it's a subtle way of kicking me out. I don't know an appropriate amount of time to spend with people or around people. Like, to some people, I'll hang out with you all day. Other people, I only hang out with you for like 5 or 6 minutes. It's like, well, that's rude. Well, you're not fun to be around. It's not my fault. That's a kind of a personal issue, to be honest. Like I can spend a lot of time around myself, by myself, with my phone only, or just go to sleep. Like it's just more fun to be around me than it is to be around me and you. Like, nah, you're not fun. Like you're not engaging conversations. You don't want to kick the soccer ball around. We don't really partake in the same distractions in life. So therefore, it's like, Why stay here any longer than I need to be? Like, yeah, I guess I wanted to see you. I don't know. I find it hard to visit people as well. Like, time doesn't work on the same concept as time doesn't work the same for me as it does to everybody else. So are we related as well on that one too? Um, Appropriate and inappropriate are a little bit hard for me to tell, but because of the how much training I've had in my younger years on just my behavior, I've come to learn, I think, what's appropriate and not appropriate, and even then I still don't know. But the thing is, it doesn't hurt to ask. But I have issues speaking about that as well, so I just don't do. Like, I'm very, very lowly likely to ever make the first move just because I'm like, I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm not trying to be the bad guy. I don't know. She hasn't said. Are we related? I don't know. What else? What else do I do? Bum bum bum. That. Are we related? Audio stimming. And I actually have multiple reasons why I do that. It's like, to me, I think of it as kind of like elevator music. That's one reason I do it, as well as if I am walking around places, it helps people know where I am because apparently I'm a very quiet walker. And that's probably because of my childhood trauma, trying not to wake people up. Because you don't want to poke the sleeping bear. You don't want to poke the one that doesn't care. You don't want to poke the sleeping bear. The sleeping bear. Also, yeah, breaking down to random songs. Are you related by that as well? Uh, Having issues making cold conversations. Like, if you start the conversation, like, I'll continue with no issue. But if I gotta start it, why do I gotta start it? I offend people. I don't even know what the hell I said. Oh, I said hell, or I said fuck, or I said damn, or I said anything. Like, the craziest part about my life is I've been complimented on my vocabulary, on my physical appearance from my hair to my smile to my. I'm pretty sure it's been every aspect of my body, just about, if not. And apparently, guys don't get complimented much, so I guess I'm a woman. Or I'm just attractive, highly appealing. That's not a word, but it could be if I use it enough. Eye stimulating. Yeah, I'd still paint the post. What else do I do? Are we related? Uh, I have auditory processing issues as well. Like, not auditory, audio processing issues as well. Like, for some reason, I don't know how to explain it. I know it makes no sense, but I feel as if we're related, you're gonna get it, and if we're not, then you're gonna be like, that's just a stupid excuse you're using. I actually hear people better when I'm not looking and making eye contact with them, as well as I feel as if I hear people better when I also have my headphones on, because I actually have to focus on what they're saying because the muffling over my ears, but also with the headphones on, it does drown out some of the background noises that most people don't hear. Because my hearing is really weirdly good. I would contribute that to be due to the fact when I was younger, I wore headphones a lot as well, but I didn't always blare the music like most people do. And I do get that. It does sound better the louder it gets. I don't know why it does, but it just hits different. But at the same time, like, you know what? On the off chance, I don't even want kids anymore, but on the off chance that I have kids, I want to be able to hear them. I want to be able to hear them say daddy. I want to be able to hear them cry. I want to be able to hear them say I love you. I wanted to be able to hear my kids, which was the biggest reason why I tried to do my best for ear protection when I was younger, as well. Well, I still am young. When I was a lot younger, as well as when I was working asphalt and seal coat, and I used to having older guys I worked with, and one of them always had ear protection. He has had grandkids. He actually passed, damn it. But always wore ear protection for his grandkids, and that's what reminded me as well. Because I'll be honest, I used to raw dog it for a little bit because I forgot about like it wasn't that loud, but then again, it really was. It really was. So I'd wear ear protection there as well. What else are we related? What else do I do? What else do I do? What else do I do? I do? What else do I do? What else do I do? What else do I? Oh, switch out addictions. If I stop one thing, it's probably because I picked up another thing. So I guess addictive personality disorder. Well, it's not necessarily. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I gotta figure out what makes it a disorder and what's the difference between a disorder and an addiction. Pretty sure disorder is something that's just more or less mentally, and addiction is, I'd also say, yet again, a mental thing. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Could they be interchangeable? Probably not, but how do you? No, I didn't screw it up. We're good. See, the lovely thing about at least being in this era of existence is I don't have to go to the library to find things, but I do have an issue when it comes to searching things because I'm like, the internet could be tampered with easily, as well as books. It's just going to take a lot longer to actually edit the book, so they're just going to burn the books. And if there's no proof that the books existed, then they never existed. They never existed. But the truth is out there. It's just you have to find it. And that's the hard part because when there's so many versions of information, they're all going to say that they're the truth, more or less. How do you truly discern the difference? Like, there's just some things in life that are going to be easier to know, to be honest and truthful than other things. But in the grand scheme of things, I do believe that life is a game. And I remember I used to get yelled at so fucking much as a child. You think it's funny? You always think it's funny. You think life's a game? Life's not a game. The old man, absolutely. Oof. That's also why I have a very avoidance. I didn't realize it wasn't in. Avoidant attachment style because, like I said, people get upset at me for anything, everything. And like there are sometimes I will admit I have said some triggering things that I didn't intentionally mean, or I don't try to upset people, and I will back up and apologize and try to smooth things over. But I've come to realize and learn through my years of trying to people please that some people are just better off not trying to engage with. Like what always confuses me is like how black and white some people are to who they're communicating with. And I say black and white as in like night and day because like why are you so bubbly and energetic to that person and then you're just like this and brood and just so freaking temperamental and short with me or everybody else. Like they'll either have one person they absolutely love and hate everybody else. If not, they'll love everybody else and just hate that one person. It's just like, what's in that switch? And it's not always because they have a narcissistic or anti-personality disorder. It could just be because of racism. It could be because I'm young. It could be because I actually did something that offended them and they're not willing to speak up about it, but they're going to hold a grudge. It could be, like, there's so many variables that go inside my head. I'm just like, I don't know why. I would hope it's a good reason why they dislike me. I would hope. If it's as simple as my skin color, then I'm glad you hate me over something so stupid and small. Thank you for saving my time. More are we related thoughts? I have issues knowing when oversharing is happening. And I blame that on my parents, which I have come to learn, well, the adopted ones, that I've come to learn are neurodivergent as time has progressed. Like the lady, definitely, hands down, I knew there was something wrong with her. But I say something wrong with her because they're the way that she treats people, and just good actress. But if you've been in her walls longer than, I don't know, I just know she can't keep the facade up for long. Like, you'll see her true colors eventually. It's just you don't typically see them at the start. So, an actress slash chameleon. Okay, she blends in until she doesn't. And then what irritated me a lot when I was younger is when she would go on her what should I call them? When she would go on her, honestly, those could be considered episodes. Her episodes of screaming and degrading somebody for the fact that whoever was around her, because she is the adult, she is the supervisor, she is the parent, whoever is around her is tended to look badly upon because, well, sheesh, does the apple fall too far from the tree? Even though she's Caucasian and I am chocolate, well, we don't even look the same. But like, well, to be in that environment, clearly you gotta turn out to be as bad as they are because you live there. You're gonna pick it up. Kind of, not necessarily. Like, I learned what not to do more than I learned what to do. So I don't know what to do. I just know a bunch of shit not to do, and then just like, wow, this sucks. It sucks. And like, my biggest annoyance about her hypocrisy is do not lie. As I listen to her lie every single day, constantly. And how she'd say lying will get you to hell faster than anything else. Well, I know where she's going when she dies. She coming back. Ooh, ooh, she coming back. Ah, she going to hell, so she's coming back. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna be fun to get that little. Oh yeah, what else would make us related? Love distractions. Like, my only joy for work is I don't have to be me. Which also reminds me of the whose song is it? I don't have to be me till Monday. Dun, 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 dun. Who sings that? I know it's a country singer. Was it One Star? But it's not that. It's just when I'm at work, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. But when I'm in my life, I'm just like, I can do whatever I want, essentially, within reason, clearly. I'm not going to be out here raping, kidnapping, molesting, murdering people's time, maybe, but like, I'm not going to be out here trying to be a menace to society, even though I do believe this is a game. It doesn't mean I'm going to be, like, I'm going to treat it like Infamous, not the Second Sons, but, well, yeah, same principle, but Infamous, when you can make choices to be the good guy or the bad guy, and I already know there's enough bad guys in this world. There's many good examples, so let me give an example of something that there isn't many of. Because there are good guys in this world, they just get killed. It's stupid. They either get killed, they get silenced, or they're not financially at a point to be able to help the world in a very impactful way. They're not financially, what's the word I'm looking for? Financially free enough to build systems to allow others to be able to climb up their ranks. It seems to be that the villains have, or the bad people, or the negative people, or the oppressors have enough power and have enough capital to be able to build whatever training grounds they want. And they train us all to be workers, not free thinkers. And when I was in school, I was thinking freely. And yeah, I'm sitting here physically, but mentally, I'm checked out. Are you related to me? Like, the funny thing is, every time the lights went off, I just remember that. Every time the lights went off, we had to watch a movie, I would fall asleep. I don't know why. I find it insane because I'll be at home and I'm watching Netflix and I've never like I watch like 6, 7 movies, never once fall asleep. So I just think like school movies are just so boring to me. That just I don't know. I don't even think I'm part narcoleptic. Maybe just narcoleptic tendencies in school. Oh, also sleeping issues. Are you related to me? I will wake up at least on average 2 times a night and sleep 5, 6 hours on average. Oh, we ain't trying to get this gate nasty. Keep the gate color. Keep the gate color. Keep the. How do I? That's not gonna work. I'm gonna just cover as much of the board as I can. That's all I can do. The best that I can. And I know they will understand the best that I can. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else about me? Um. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I think that's it. Because I gotta save some for the freaking other videos. Can't give you all of them. One more. Multiples of things. Okay, are we related? Because I got like over, easily, over 100 pens, like 17, 18, maybe 20 notebooks. I don't flip it now. Uh, Multiple pairs of shoes. I used to have a shit ton of clothing. Like, before things went south earlier this year, what I realized is I didn't really have clothes, I had a wardrobe. Because for as much as I had of things that were hand me downs for my siblings, things I've had just growing up, like most of my clothes were probably about easily 5 to 6 years old, like easily. So it wasn't new stuff, but still it fit. They didn't have tears in them, like the colors may have been faded, but the whole entire point of wearing clothes is just to not walk around naked. So I don't really care. Fashion isn't a thing that I really care about. As long as I'm covered, that's all that matters. So I figured, oh crap, I can use all these clothes for characters in videos I make by myself with myself, and I don't script them, but I have script at least one, I think, at least. And well, I wrote down the question so I'd remember it when I had to do my second part. I guess I wouldn't consider that too much of scripting, but and I'll have scripts in my head, but I don't like putting things down on paper. That's another issue that I have. Sitting down and transferring the things in my head into physical presence. Like this one, I almost let it die. I let a lot of thoughts die, and some thoughts like one more. Are we related? I cannot in certain instances go to sleep unless I get whatever's in my head out of my head. Like there's been a couple nights that I literally couldn't go to sleep until I wrote the poem that was just repeating in my head. Awesome, awesome. Like it wasn't until later on in time, until like I'd say recently, I've come to accept me being disabled. Like I don't think I am disabled, which is stupid because I do have heart issues, congestive heart failure, pulmonary hypertension. I got the surgery done, and I do have, I guess, limiters, but I don't always remember. My forgetful mind. It's a lovely thing I have. Like so far, it hasn't gotten me in trouble, but I assume one day it will. But that's also how I'm great at keeping secrets, because that's it's funny because you can tell me something, I'll forget it, But if we start talking about, it's like an automatic download. Oh yeah, this. I remember now. But if we're not talking about, like, I don't know, so you don't know, huh? Who? What? Nah, didn't happen. Not in my world. Like, and maybe in your world, but we live in two different worlds, I guess. We're playing two different games, I guess. We're playing two different games. Oh, we're playing two different games. I might be a tad bit strange, but that's because we're playing two different games. Like, I would hope before I die, all of my questions about myself are answered, but only time will tell, which is my favorite line to say. I think I picked it up from somewhere. I would like to think it's an original thought just to make me seem more creative and uh, intuitive. But at the same time, I couldn't tell you. I listen to a lot of things. And what I've come to learn is sometimes your brain will subconsciously pick up things from other places and not necessarily tell your conscious brain that you did that. So therefore, what you might think is original is actually a freaking copyright, and you're gonna go to jail, you freaking plagiarizer. And I also think it's fucking retarded. You can plagiarize yourself. That's like the worst human rule we've ever made. I say we like I make any rules. Might as well hit the post before I go in another side. Okay. I'm gonna need some paint soon, but not right now. Before I go to the other side, I will need to fill me up. Dun, 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 still a lot more painting to do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. It's hard for me to speak about things I dislike about certain places, especially if I am not adding any monetary. Because the person that owns the place, in a lot of cases, will say, well, if you don't like it here, then just leave. So why shall I convey messages saying I dislike it? It's like treason in a sense. But I feel as if some titles, well, all titles you have to earn more or less. But some you have to earn through voting, and some you have to earn through proving, as well as voting. Bum, 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 bum. Beep, boom, boom. Ba-dum, bum. Beep, beep. Ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, bum. Boom, boom. Ba-dum, bum. Beep, beep. Ba-dum, bum. Beep, beep. Ba-dum, bum. Beep, beep. Ba-dum, bum. Bum, beep. Do-do-do-do-do. Dum, do-do. Da-da-da. Yo, is that fly frozen? No, that fly ain't frozen. Excuse me. I have gassy. I have gassy. I am gassy. I know. I know. I am. I know. I know. I am a little bit bored out a bit. I know. I know. I know. I'm not for everybody. So I'm just gonna be for somebody, even if it's only me. I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm not for everyone, and everyone is not for me. Oh, I know that not everybody will love me, and I won't love everybody, but I will love everybody I can, body I can understand. Oh, I will love everybody I can, everybody I can understand. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. For the reason that I wasn't loved like I wanted to be loved. So if you love like I love, and I love like you love, why can't we love platonically, if not deeper than that? And I don't really know. Oh, I don't really know how to get to the other side. Yeah, I do. I just don't remember. Fuck. All right, I'm done with that. Now it's time to listen to it.